Hey, Shalom, this is your brother Thon, all right? First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakahakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say Shalom to all the brothers, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity, all right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. I got a clip that I'm going to show you guys, and we're going to respond to it and talk about how this devil always puts predictive programming in his movies, news, media. I know I did a lesson a while back talking about how in Satanism, they believe they have to reveal to the masses their intentions to escape, quote unquote, bad karma or judgment from the Lord. So, a lot of times they'll put things in their movies and media. So let's run this clip here.
Our projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance. The gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and for you, the human power elite. You have given us entree to the resources we need in our ongoing quest for multidimensional expansion. And in return, the per capita income of each of you here tonight has grown, and this year alone, by an average 39%. And I have just received word that our forces have won a major victory. The underground terrorist network has been destroyed here on the West Coast. We are off crisis alert. The situation is normal again.
All right, now I'm going to run this back. Now, we're going to run it back and we're going to pause it as it goes along this time and bring out precepts with what we see, okay? And if you're wondering where this clip is from, it's from the movie They Live. It's an older movie. It came back out, might have been early 90s, late 80s. But if you want to watch it, you could just really Google where to watch. I'm pretty sure you can find it somewhere for free. Okay, but no further ado, let's continue on.
Our projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and the dominion of...
And this year is a big year, 2025 coming up, okay? It's 5 years away from that plan 3030 that the elites had. They mentioned out at the World Economic Forum some years back. And that 2030 plan was, in a nutshell, and I'll put it up on the screen here. They wanted to, so this is the global goals, right? And they were talking about at the World Economic Forum some years back. So they had the whole list of what they want to achieve here. And what you see is, number one, it says no poverty. Well, how are they going to achieve that? Obviously, if you know the scriptures and you've been listening, that's going to be achieved through, the people merging with the beast system via the mark of the beast, okay? Zero hunger, good health and well-being, bullshit. Quality education, meaning really, the people being programmed on a higher level. Gender equality, meaning, all that alphabetism and all the A, B through Z, that being pushed on a heavier level. It's further separating the people from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, specifically the people of Israel. Clean water and sanitation, affordable clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry innovation, and infrastructure, merging people, right, with the new system they're trying to bring forth. Reduced inequalities. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, going to be out of the way with the things they have coming down the pipe with population control. Sustainable cities. You have the thing called 15-minute cities. Look that up. Responsible consumption and production. They have the system. Elder Yashawamba always talks about it. They want the what is it called? Carbon emissions, right? So you got carbon emissions, are the release of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, primarily from human activities. So they're saying, oh, the earth is heating up. It's damaging the earth. You know, all these people, you know, and they're breathing, farting, and burping. It's fucking up the earth. So that's what they're saying. So they're planning for that. And we did lessons, you know, especially during 2020, when I'm going to say the name a little funny for you, on Gil Bates, plan to fight carbon emissions, right? So he wants to institute carbon taxes. He wants to tax you for existing, for being on Earth, like this is Earth, their Earth, right? All right. The same guy who years ago had a TED talk talked about how with jump shots, or I gotta say this in a special way, C19s, vaccines, how they could reduce the population significantly. And then all of a sudden, 4 years ago, he popped up as the world expert. This man isn't a doctor, right? On that, and what they got a lot of people offed. Not nearly as much as they planned to, but it was basically a trial run to see how gullible the masses were at this point, which they're very gullible. So again, 4 years ago, and we read that in Sirach 12 and 10 all the time, how the scriptures say, what? To never trust thine enemy. You got to know who your enemy is. For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So in Sirach 12 and 10, it tells you not to trust this man. But our people continually trust him, even though this man has horrible credit. He has horrible spiritual credit. Like, it's horrible, but people just keep loaning out their trust to this man. So as the Elder Yatzazak would always say, when you operate like a nigga, you get nigga prizes. Right? And people are going to continue to go down to Egypt for help. And so we're in spiritual Egypt. And destruction is going to be upon them. All right, let's continue on with this clip.
This power alliance, the gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and for you, the human power elite.
Now the scriptures say the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, does it not? Now, again, 4 years ago, what was it? 80% of the small businesses were decimated, and a lot of the elites, a lot of the corporations they're in part of, a lot of their bank accounts got fat because of it. This is being spoken about in this movie. Let's round that back a little bit. You can listen to what he said.
Yourselves and for you, the human power elite alliance, the gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and for you, the human power elite.
The gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and the human power elite. So the elites, you know, their gains were substantial. And then their puppets, the people that they use, the corporations, you know, the CEOs, the COOs of these companies that they've set up, that they invest in, okay? The major investment houses, which are headed by, you know, the elite families of the earth, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Bilderbergs, the Morgans, you know, all these families, these Amalekite families, Edomite families, you know, they profited, and then some of the lower level Edomites that they put as, you know, figureheads in their companies have also profited. Some of this, you know, those who are in cahoots with them, of the other nations have also profited, right? Those who are confederate together, right? You know, it says that in Psalms 83, as you all know. I'm pretty sure you heard this precept before, but we're going to bring it out again. Psalms 83. It says this, Psalms 83 and 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace. Be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. All right, the Lord has enemies, and we have enemies by default, people that are against us and our power. Okay, it says verse 2, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, an agreement, a pact. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. All right, lifted up the head, meaning they've exalted themselves against, the children of the chosen family. When you see two dudes about to fight, or a nigga's threatening another nigga, and he like puffs up on him, like, nigga, you not, like he's bigger and better and badder than that dude. The nations they've moved like that towards us. They see themselves bigger and better than us, and they plan to keep that position of dominance over us. They're confederate with our main enemy, Edom, against us. All right, so Psalms 83:3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. All right, the hidden ones are who? The Israelites. All right. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. We got to remove these people out of their position. We got to separate them from their power. We got to wipe away the remembrance of who they are, what they've done, who they're connected to, what they're promised. Because if we don't, we know that it's in the prophecies that we're going to be subject unto these people forever. So we have to find a way to disannul that, to override what the Lord has ordained. Psalms 83:4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. What do you think iconoclasm was motivated by? Iconoclasm was, the whitewashing of all the ancient images, all the history. Psalms 83:5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They were in agreement to move this way. Not just the Edomites, but all the nations, right? For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. And then it starts to name these niggas off. Tabernacles of Edom. All right, verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites, so-called Arabs. And of Moab, right? The Chinese. And the Hagarenes, Hamites. Gabal and Ammon, the Japanese. And Amalek, the chief tribe of Edom. The Philistines and the inhabitants of Tyre. More Hamite nations. Assur is also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. And hope in there is the Hebrew word is Zarai. Right? Zarai, yep. And it basically means to strengthen, politically or militarily. All right, they strengthen the children of Lot. So the people that are in the spirit of the children of Lot, right? You talk about Lot's children. He had Moab and Ammon were his grandsons. Well, damn, not his grandsons. Yeah, they were. They was grandsons and his sons. I don't know why that was so funny. It's nasty, man. So, if you know the story a lot, his daughters got him drunk and they had children with him. So, the hands of those nations were even, strengthened through this pact that were made with all these nations, man. To be a stumbling block unto the chosen people. Let's keep going with this clip here. See.
You have given us entree to the resources we need in our ongoing quest for multidimensional expansion. And in return,
See, let me get this back.
you have given us entree to the resources we need in our ongoing quest for multidimensional expansion. And in return, the per capita income.
Our ongoing quest for multi-dimensional expansion. Now, what is the devil's goal? He wants to what? Inherit the earth the same way it was promised to Jacob. Remember, he gave away his birthright? So there's two people in the scriptures that are promised there's two people in the scriptures that are promised worldwide dominion. You have Jacob and Esau. You see, Esau's blessing for worldwide dominion was only temporary, though. Jacob's is an everlasting kingdom. So he wants what Jacob's getting, which is that everlasting kingdom. You understand? So they're trying to figure out a way to disannul that blessing, which is why they want to chip, all right, meaning to take dominion of the souls over of the people. They want to chip the people. They want to change the DNA of the people, all right, which is a big portion behind the reason they want to stick people with the mRNA jump shot instead of a traditional jump shot. They want to change what people even are, because if there's no such thing as a Edomite or Israelite or Ishmaelite, then the prophecies don't apply to those people. In their minds, that's what they're thinking, even though the Lord deals with spirits. But they want to expand further than their bounds. They want to expand further than the dimensions that they were set into. All right? That's why you go to Isaiah. Let's go do it. Isaiah, the 14th chapter. If he could do that, he sees himself as greater than the Most High. Right? Go to Isaiah. Bear with me. Let's go to Isaiah, the 14th chapter, and we'll start at the 11th verse. The point I want is in 13, though. Okay? This is Isaiah 14:11. It says, "Thy pomp is brought down to the grave." Okay? Meaning the pride of America, this lofty position, is being brought down. Okay? "And the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee." Okay? The noise of thy vows, meaning that the vibration that they push. Okay? There's a song that's tied to America, a song of wickedness, the same way there's a song tied to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, a song of righteousness. Okay? And this is what the worm is spread under thee, meaning that the infrastructure of America, this grip on the earth that they thought they had, is actually crumbling. Okay? Now let's go down to verse 12. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?" This is not talking about the spiritual entity Satan. This is talking about Esau. Now, he's enlightened, Lucifer, meaning light bearer. He's enlightened on the left-hand side. Okay? "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?" All right? And through that song, that vibration, that wine that they've pushed upon the earth, the nations have been weakened. Okay? Verse 13. The point I wanted. In 13 and 14. "For thou hast said in thine heart and his mind, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God." And if he's able to disannul the prophecies, which he won't be, all right, he sees it like, oh, I'm greater than the Most High. I can go beyond the bounds which you've set for me. "I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north." Right? The mount of the congregation, the Israelites. The stars of God, the Israelites. You understand? Continuing on, verse 14. "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." I can go further than, the Lord and his powers, his chariots and his old infrastructure. I can go further than this. A very prideful mindset. You understand? You can go to further go into his God complex that Esau has. You always go to 2 Thessalonians 2. You start at 3 on down. Yeah. It says, "Let no man deceive you." This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." The falling away, you had 70 AD, the siege of Jerusalem, where the nation of Israel were completely put out of our homeland and scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay? And the man of sin, of course, is Esau. Now, verse 4 here, it says, "Who opposeth and exalt." So you already know the son of perdition is talking about Esau. Then it goes on to say, talking about the son of perdition, verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. This man has a God complex. He wants to go beyond Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which he won't be able to do. Now let's go back to our clip here. You see how this is crazy, how much you can get off just a little snippet of something like this.
Each of you here tonight has grown, and this year alone, by an average 39%.
And again, we already mentioned that a lot of these corporations, man, they damn near doubled in profits and growth after that the whole C19 experiment.
And I have just received word that our forces have won a major victory. The underground terrorist network has been destroyed here on the West Coast. We are off crisis alert. The situation is normal again.
All right, and the network in that movie they were talking about were the whistleblowers, the so-called truthers, all right? Those who are speaking out against his regime, standing against the evildoer. They were, trying to squash that rebellion. The same way they're going to try to squash our rebellion. And there's going to be points in time where it may seem like, man, they got us, are they winning? But the Lord always likes, to build up things for suspense. It's going to be a blowout game. This devil's going to fall dramatically. It's going to seem like, he might be able to do it. To the carnal eye, it's going to seem that way. But us in the spirit, we're going to see, this devil about to lose big time, bad. So I've seen that clip and I want to respond to it for you all. Abaratazah, you got something from it. Want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Ruach HaKodesh. Want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and of course the few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.